What's up everyone, welcome back to One Strange Adventure. Welcome to the next video. In today's video we are doing a campground review, which we have not done in quite a while.
We are going to be talking about Wells, Maine area.
It's Moody Beach RV Resort.
Yeah. Alright, so when you get to Moody Beach on the main road, it is actually behind a putt-putt slash go-kart track.
Yes, I missed it.
Area, and you can miss it very easily because there's a sign that says Thousand Trails, but it's like behind bushes.
Yeah.
So you don't see it.
It's not easy. And it's kind of a narrow driveway too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of a narrow road to go on.
Yes, you have to like swing out to get in.
Yes.
For a rig our size.
Yes.
Be careful, don't miss it.
Like she said, it's right behind the golf course. There's like a mini putt-putt, and then there's the go-kart track, and then you have two gates back there. One gate will be off to your right, one straight ahead. Go through the one straight ahead because the one off to the right is actually an exit.
It's exit only.
So
can't get in that way.
Once you get to the gate, you're going to have to radio the office, and they're going to let you know that you can come in to register. The first building you get to is not the office.
It says office, but it's not the office.
I don't know if they'd switched buildings or what, but it's not the office. Keep going past that, and you're going to get to a second building that has a pool behind it.
That's the office.
Yes.
And the camp store.
Yes. Yep. And there's another building's kind of right beside it. That's the rec center.
Yep. And that's where basketball court and all of those fun things are.
Let's talk about a little bit about the sites, because they do have a lot of sites there.
Yes.
But you're going to be driving past all of the good ones to get to the office.
Yes. So when you first come up to the gate, all the sites over to your right are brand new sites. They're less than, I think, a year old. And then once you get through the gate and going towards the office, will be the first couple of rows on your left, as well as the ones behind the buildings are all new sites. And they're all fabulous sites for big rigs. But you cannot park there until you go to the office and check in.
And they're going to ask you a few questions. One of them, the key question is, are you using 30 amp or 50 amp? If you're using 50 amp, you may be able to get one of those sites in the front. When we first went there, we had to go in the back because there were none open. Good thing about being a Thousand Trails member, as soon as it opens up, pack up and move.
It's first come, first serve. So if you see a site that you like become available that evening, you can move as long as you ask the office first.
Yep. They are all full hookup. There is a difference between the sites in the back and the front, not just in size, but in the quality of the site. It's kind of dirt in the back. There's like an opening between trees, and that's where you park.
Yep.
Where in
tons of trees.
Yeah, towards the front, it's graveled and nice grass
and no
area
trees.
And no trees.
Yeah. So if you're a tree person and you like parking in the trees, you want the back. If you're a big rig like ours and you don't want the trees because it scratches your rig, you want the front.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. The roads could be maintained a little better, particularly in the older section. The trees are low, so if you have a rig that's the size of ours, almost 13.6, you're going to be scraping some trees. In fact, we had a tree branch in our awning that covers our side patio when we got to our site. That's unfortunate, but
things happen.
A little bit of maintenance would be nice.
Yeah, a little bit of maintenance. I actually submitted the survey. They asked, how was your stay and what would you improve? And I gave them great ratings because it is a great park. But
it's beautiful.
My feedback was, if there's a branch under 14 feet, it should just get cut off. Like, it shouldn't be a option of scratching these beautiful rigs and expensive rigs.
Yep.
Because, ours is expensive, but I know these Class A's are even more, and they're just as big as we are. So, and there's tons of them there. So that was my feedback for them, was cut the trees. Like, you don't have to cut the whole tree down, but anything under 14 feet, branches, they need to be removed. Especially on the roadside. Like, leave the other ones, but anything on the road.
Staff was great. Our neighbors were great.
Everybody's friendly.
Everybody's very friendly, so
they're all willing to help.
We didn't have a problem. You do have to pay for Wi-Fi. You also have to pay if you want cable television. Some parks we've went to, you can just plug up into the pedestal and you have cable TV.
Yeah.
This one you do have to pay for it.
Now I will say that even though you have to pay for their Wi-Fi, our Wi-Fi and our cell service was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was great.
So-
Verizon and AT&T both had
We stayed there
great
for
service.
2 weeks and only used our stuff, and we were both able to work.
So if you have to work or you're going to school online or something like that, this is actually a really good place to visit because we were able to work and not have to take any time off.
Yeah, and because everything is so close to that park, you're able to work and go have fun all in the same day.
That's right. So that's actually a good segue into the surrounding area because Wells, Ogunquit, Moody Beach,
North
all
Beach.
of that, North Beach, it's all beautiful.
And it's all right there. The area has bike paths on the main road, as well as a few sidewalks, so you're able to take a bike ride or walk.
Yep. Lots of local restaurants, ride your bike everywhere like we did. We didn't even have to drive the dually because parking's difficult, challenging in some of the areas with the dually.
13-point turns.
Yep. But I did it. But there is, like if you go to Ogunquit, there is a larger parking area that is dually friendly.
Yep.
And then you just have to walk around the town.
Yeah, and those parking lots that are over at the beaches in Ogunquit, they're a daily rate or an hourly rate on most of them, and you can also download apps to be able to load more time onto your parking space if
Yep.
you need to.
But with the bikes or walking, you don't have to worry about any of that. So that was pretty nice. Just make sure you have some locks. Also, you're a short drive, I say short, less than an hour to Portland. And you can go up there. There's LL Bean headquarters. There's the Portland Head Lighthouse. You went and got some amazing donuts. So lots of things to do in the area. The one thing I will say is if you're looking to go there and visit Acadia, you're still
It's
3.5 hours
yeah,
away from
it's
Acadia.
a long ways from Acadia, but
It's kind of like a good first stop if you're going into Maine and kind of exploring the East Coast like we did. But it is pretty good being down there.
and there's tons of lighthouses around there too, and just walking trails as well.
Yep.
All right, so dog friendly. The park itself is dog friendly. However, it does not have a dog park.
Yeah, there's plenty of areas to walk them though.
Yeah, there's plenty of areas to walk them. There's green grass, throughout the park, except for in the back section. But even then, they have tent areas for people to tent camp, and so you can walk the dogs in those areas when the people aren't there.
There's a creek that runs along the side of the park. If you are near that with your site, bring bug spray. Lots and lots of mosquito
The
deep woods bug spray
is like the
because
only kind that works.
I had a wristband on from REI that's supposed to be mosquito repellent, and I think it just added more flavor because they were coming after me. So if you're allergic or you're prone to mosquito bites, bring bug spray
Yeah,
because
so
it was bad.
for me, they don't bother me at all, so I didn't have to have any. For him, he had to load up.
Yep.
So
Kid friendly, big rig friendly, pet friendly, definitely exploring friendly because of the surrounding area.
nice Wi-Fi.
Yep.
Like, it's a great park.
It's a great park. We will definitely be going back.
And we did not use any of the amenities, so I'm sorry. They do have a pool, they do have a basketball court, they have playground, they have a laundry facility. We actually didn't use any of that stuff while we were there because we were out of the park when we weren't working.
Yep.
But it was, looking at it, it was all great.
So we will be returning. Definitely if we go back to Maine. When we go back to Maine.
We will be back.
Yep. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this look into Moody Beach RV Resort. It is a pretty place to go and visit. If you get a chance to go to Maine, add it to the list.
Yes, and if you have any suggestions of any place else to stay in the area, feel free to comment them below because that was the only place we stayed, so
Yep.
it's our only review for the area.
All right. Well, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you really like it, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already.
And ring the bell so you get notified when we release our next video.
Until the next strange adventure.
Keep making your own.